So this video is pretty important, and at the same time, I really don't know what else to think right now, and because this all leads to the trap of me. Yo, it's like we'll just keep putting him in every fucking position possible where he has no other fucking option other than to fuck himself over. It's like, wow, dude. Because within sticking up for people, I have to fucking, because in other words, in order to stick up for people, I have to open my mouth about shit that I should not have to fucking open my mouth about, because this was fucking solved then. And yo, wow. Yo, wow. 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 And suppose, yo, wow. 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 Like, really, wow. Wow. Just freaking wow. That's why it's like, wow. It's just like, wow. In the other video, I don't even know if I posted those videos. I had a solid doubt in my head about a meeting that took place in the middle of an intersection when there was no cars on the road, and it happened right outside of a certain building. Okay, you see, now I have to fucking go into this. See, the bottom line is that the question in my head, and it's been a question even though I figured pretty much what maybe took place, what more than likely took place, and I've already made videos about that, because I was getting what seemed like a set of instructions that did not fucking completely add up to making any sense whatsoever. Because if it could have been prevented, it should have been prevented. And then why would the people want me to put them into a position of possible fucking compromise anyway? Is what I'm thinking. I think that's the best way I can explain it at this point. Yet freaking, I said to myself, the only ones that would be able to do that, to pull something so elaborate off, is either one of these people. Wow. The only way. Wow, dude, this is so my hand. Ooh. It's funny. It's like the air. I can feel like the fucking air, and I told you this. It's like it's crazy. It really is crazy. Like, I'm not gonna go into all that. It's just that my hands are very cold right now. But this is more about this is more about my sister being upset, and this is where this gets this. And I've already went into this too. I just I just completely forgot this one little thing, even though it doesn't change anything of what I said in the fucking past, minus the fact it becomes just a whole lot more complicated. That's about it. Fucking Anthony was still, wow, man. Wow, man. After so long of not being able to get my sister on the phone, I finally get my sister on the phone. And I tell her that I love her, and that I'm sorry that I yelled at her, and I said some very mean things. And she just kept saying to me, Anthony, I don't know what else to say. It's like, I've never hurt you. I've never hurt you. Now, in the world that I shouldn't be speaking of witchcraft and I already went into what happened when she thought she was transporting one thing, even though it was a complete setup by the people having her transport the fucking shit in the first place. And then finding out at that moment in time she was transporting something completely different. Which was way more fucked up, right? But this story is about when the incident happened over in said town where I shut down multiple different fucking agencies' operations. And there was a big freaking factor that was so fucking shambled. The people that freaking were in the area wanted a house where there was definitely none of this there, blah, blah, blah. That turned out to not be fucking correct. There was also the fucking thing about, pretty girls, a pretty... God, I can't even fucking do this. I can't even do this. I just think I hope because that's why I'm thinking that one jumped the line only a few months back, and I still am totally paying attention because they were trying to set me up at that fucking place too. It's like it never ends. It never fucking ends. And then to think like down the road a little ways, if not on the next block over, if not right down the fucking road, and then the other way is the other fucking place, and then it's like, and then they were all coming in together to shut down this thing that was going on. Yo, wow, which they didn't even know that they may have known that others were in the air. It's like, yo, man, seriously, like this is fucking nuts. This is nuts. This is fucking nuts. Because you know what? It's like now I realize what my sister was saying, and that is a major thing because of what I just started speaking about, which is interesting because I just got and she just said, she's like, Anthony, I've never hurt you, and she starts crying, and she's like, and I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? And she's not allowed to fucking tell me. I'm thinking it was the time that freaking, that she rolled over on me when I was sleeping next to her and almost fucking suffocated me to death, and I was like punching and kicking to try to freaking get away from like being crushed. It's like, and like, oh! It's like, like I thought that was the fucking thing she's talking about, which was so stupid. She was like, Anthony, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to almost kill you. It's like, but it's like freaking, it's like, yeah, I know, and then it's like, that's why this is so very fucking, because it's like I throw myself right under the fucking bus by speaking the fucking truth of a fucking situation that is so fucked up and that nobody wanted to fucking take place. So everybody fucking started their own freaking, wow, dude, because it was like that. That's why all the lies, that's why all the bullshit, that's why all the fucking continuous fucking crap, that's fucking wow. Which is really interesting because then it's like, wow, it's like, really? You want that? Okay, good. Because the other side wanted that because that was so easily well controlled that fucking it would fucking enslave and horribly fucking torture yous that want to stick up for that fucking forever. Yo, so I'm thinking of what happened. So shortly after this whole thing kind of was still, it had already and yet fucking was still in the process of going down. I get brought to a certain house, and the people at the house were supposedly people that were going to be willing to teach me things that I was going to need to know, right? And this is where the phone call to my father takes place, and my father's like, that ain't Anthony's father, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, well, I guess blah, 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 and this and that, all that crazy shit. But that's not even to say, like, that's not even to say what happened even prior to that. Because, in other words, that brings up the whole time I got arrested a block away from my house for defending myself against a man who outweighed me by probably 150 to 180 fucking pounds easily, if not more. And I was probably about 160, 170 at the time pounds, which was like a unstoppable fucking brutality force of fucking just like sheer Mortal Kombat fucking insaneness. And it was like, but at the same time, I really hated hitting people. I hated putting my hands on people at all at any given fucking time. It's like I talk all this shit about, like, because that's what I'm saying. So with all that said, it's like, and then they didn't want to take it to fucking court, even though I wanted to take it to court, because this would have fucking nipped everything in the fucking ass right there. Wow. Well, I'm not going to take it to court. It's like, well, then you're fired. Well, you can't do that. Yes, I can. No, you can't. I can too. Fucking wow. Wow. It's that's the whole thing. It's like those people didn't stop. Those people, I'm guessing, were the ones that took somewhat down the Esposito family. And then those motherfuckers, because they could do what they could do, they were able to cloak themselves to look like the freaking Esposito family, which then brings up the situation in the middle of an intersection with no cars on the meeting between me and what I think is the Esposito family, telling me things that fucking don't make no motherfucking sense, and I'm sitting there like, yeah, okay, sure, wonderful, that's fucking great, okay, sure, bye crazy people. And I'm saying to my fucking self, that happened so close to another very extremely important location, which was the location of my dead mom's sister, who supposedly has passed away. And therefore, that also is the same location of said person in political light right now. So that's interesting. Not to mention that the name is very, very much significant of said corporation, which is not exactly the other corporation, but that probably plays in too. But the situation that went down, where my sister thinks, with some sort of a guilty conscience, because I know how much my sister cared about me, that she may have hurt me. She never hurt me. And that is where she's like, Anthony, I've never hurt you. And that's really where it gets. Because said family that I'm pretty sure took somewhat down the Esposito family, the same family that would have been in that fucking sealed report, if those reports are still the fucking way that they should be, which the only freaking people who had original copies of those fucking sealed files was my freaking grandma, who just passed away. Those people were at that scene too. Now, when everything was going down between the different agencies, okay, and I have no idea what the fuck's going down. I just know that everybody hates Ant. it's like I go to this place where these two people, which one of them people would have been my they were supposed to be there. I was supposed to be going there to learn, and instead it was a setup to try to get me killed. The person that they used to try to do that, cloaking her to look like the other person without any knowledge of who, because she was being set up at that point. And I'm thinking that's exactly when the whole freaking transportation thing took place, where she was supposed to be transporting one thing, and instead it was something completely different, and it was a complete setup from the start in order to set her up so that the next move could be made in the chess game, right? Which was, after all this other stuff will go down, we'll seemingly be there to help. And then, when they were seemingly there to help, I come in trying to think I'm about to meet a teacher. I am about to meet somebody who's going to show me how to get my head straight with things that may or may not be going on in the future. And instead, it turned out to be a setup to try to have me killed. And they cloaked my sister to look like the person's wife that was my cousin's real father, which is interesting because at that moment in time, once they seen who they brought through the door, which was me, that person said, no, I'm not doing this. And then the argument, the possession started taking place where the two sides of the possession were somewhat arguing, and the tears and the still going ahead forward and the trying to set me up and the trying to not set me up. They were trying to kill me. And they were trying to have somebody who loved me and cared about me do the killing. That is the fucking point of where, how, and fucked up this shit actually becomes. Wow. Wow. Now, wow. If I told you the shit that, how that transpires with the other thing that I said in the past videos about this situation, with the multiple agencies, where at that point, because they tried to kill me, I opened up my mouth, not knowing at that point what exactly was even remotely going on, and said, well, these people kill babies and they're in the backyard. And they found the fucking babies in the backyard. Now, that is where it gets even more interesting. Because the same people that were trying to fucking set me up by using somebody that tried to freaking, that did love me and did care about me, those people were the ones that were behind setting up those two individuals who were freaking doing what they were told to do. And they were all not allowed to open up their mouths about what fucking was going down and what they were being forced to do. At the same time, the other side of the story was, well, it didn't take much of a push, which is slight bullshit. And then it was, oh, we just wanted to show Anthony that this is how screwed up it could actually get. And you know what? You did a great job. Wonderful fucking job. Golf clap. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, seriously. Woof, woof, woof. And woof. Yo, see, and it just never ended from there, because then even freaking when said person met, when I seen said person, actually people on the train, and I thought that at that point in time, those were such nice people. And they were, you know what? The thing is that freaking what most people didn't recognize, at least I think that they didn't recognize, was that the one person that was on the fucking train that then got off the fucking train, this is also something my grandmother and me talked about before my grandmother passed away, when said person got off the train, and then all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, they come back, and they do not look like the person that they look like the person that just got off the train, but they do not look like the person that just got off the train. Their facial hair would have had grown a fucking half an inch within fucking side of 20 minutes. That is fucking impossible, okay? Oh, man. Wow. Which then, therefore, their attitude, their demeanor, and a few corks spit out the freaking... And I'm saying to myself, the only person I've ever fucking seen do that shit, the way... is that one. And that other one that was sitting right there is a fucking main shitter starter. The adult, or the more... the eyes on the field, okay? That person that was sitting right at that situation was egging it on in the way that other people seemingly were and were not aware of, who were also eyes on the field, which was interesting. Now, with this said, I go right back to when all that shit went down. My sister was being used as a pawn to try to have her own brother killed. Because of a pact, I'm guessing, that was made with those people who had already set up those other two people to do things that they may or may not have wanted to do, which was put the fucking babies in the backyard. Now, the reason when all this shit went down that shit didn't get taken to fucking court is because this would have happened after that. This would have happened after that. And if that would have happened, and shit would have went to fucking trial like it should have, because I was in the fucking right to defend myself as a fucking 15-year-old kid or 16-year-old fucking kid. Bottom line, I was 15, I was 16. I just started becoming friends with... Yeah, no, I was what? I was a fucking 15-year-old kid then. I was totally still freaking... I was just becoming basically... So, or was it 14? It was 15. It was 14. It was 15. 15. So this would have been right after the Tupac thing. And then all of a sudden, if this would have went to fucking trial, and if anybody would have held me fucking accountable or guilty for fucking defending myself from a block away from my house against a man who was fully grown, came into the neighborhood for only the fucking purpose of trying to find his drug-dealing fucking, supposedly church-going fucking, Wow. And then all the witnesses that were there that day, the 6 or 7 fucking people would have had to come to the fucking stand, which then that would have ended up fucking 20 years later, 30 years later, 20-something years later, excuse me, in a political fucking mind fuck too, because that would have fucking, it went back into more political shit of the freaking what's going on club. And the bottom line is that, wow, man. I'm trying to stay focused on the multiple different pieces at this point of what is so sporadically fucking scattered throughout the fucking course of X amount of time, when it's like you got fucking people trying to fucking stick knives in your back, and you're like, why can't you people find a fucking hobby other than fucking Jesus Christ? Seriously. and not murdering babies, you fucking psychopaths. Yo, wow, dude, wow, this is crazy. Yo, wow. So that would have fucking prevented the next thing that happened, which the next thing that happened was the shutting down of that fucking location. With the multiple different agencies that were involved, that would have prevented that. Now, as far as the person that I am not trying to insult, because I think they are a charming, psycho-ish sweetheart, okay? Yeah. I don't even know what to fucking say to that. I don't know what to say right now. I do not know what to say, because that also involves coming through the front door, and the people that were saying how they were going to have my nephew have fake gold chains on and all this other shit and blah, 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 and that they didn't really like me, but the other ones liked me. They liked me because they knew that I wouldn't fucking hurt them. And at the same time, that supposedly, prior to me walking through that door, there was a supposed operation done to one of the people who was there, who was very young, who at that moment in time they were like, oh, well, do you want to see what the operation looks like? I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Sure. Yeah, that's fucking, yeah. And that is how they tried to set me up at that place, which was literally in the same vicinity at about the same time that all this shit went down, and fucking a whole lot of shit went down with the multiple different agencies. Then, only about a few months ago, did this person just freaking post a video that got them in fucking shitloads of fucking trouble, because it was to show basically, wow, I don't mean that so bad. I am so fucking pissed off right now. Wow, I am so pissed off right now. If you try to stick a fucking knife in my back, because I am not trying to stick a knife in yours, I freaking care about the people that freaking were put in these fucking situations and these fucked up positions for what fucking cause and what fucking reason other than fucking spiteful fucking jealousy. Fucking spiteful jealousy, bullshit, crap, greed of fucking the type that is fucking self-destructive in the... Wow, dude, I can't. Wow. Which then freaking goes into the whole other thing and this thing and that thing, and I don't know exactly where those fit into the storyline, because I don't know where the mine comes into play, and the patch of and the whole fucking but if they would have taken this thing to fucking trial like I wanted to do, because I didn't want to do it, and then I wanted to do it. Once I said to myself, there's no fucking way I'm in the fucking wrong, but you know what? It was like, and then they were trying to scare me like, oh, you're gonna go to 5 years in jail, and it was like, I just got my car, and I just got the fucking neighborhood bullies to stop beating me up when your fucking retard fuck comes into my neighborhood starting to push around the people who I just got to stop picking on me. Oh my God. And they start pushing them around. So I tell the guy, you might want to leave before some bad shit happens. And then the motherfucker swings on me and gets his fucking face handed to him. Where then a week later, 2 weeks later, I get my fucking head bashed into a fucking police desk by a fat fucking Irish pig screwing cop. Wow, man. Which then, that leads to fucking the other fucking thing. I'm pretty sure that's what led to the other thing happening. I'm pretty fucking sure that situation where that fat fucking Irish pig fucking cop fucking bashing my head into a desk after I was only defending myself, you fucking piece of shit. That led to me ratting out one of your fucking, your fucking gangster fucking, your Rico, at this point, Rico case gangsters, about the fucking other babies that were buried in the other fucking backyard. So if that fucking pig fucking cocksucker has a problem with me, then fucking he should have taken that fucking problem up with you, you fat pig fucking screwball. Yo, man. Do you hear that? Is that the sound of a nuclear bomb fucking going off? Oh shit, that's crazy. Yo, wow. And that is why my sister keeps getting upset, because she broke a pact that she made with high witches the minute she even motioned that she wasn't going to do this to me. Even though she was cloaked and I couldn't see my sister, I could sense my sister. And that is also what they found out then, and it should have been somewhat put to a stop then. But because of certain pacts that were made with certain things, and this and that, and then it was the other people too that were also set up by the same people who started to try to freaking take down the fucking Espositos, who the Espositos, as fucked up as people think that they treated me with, I will say, the highest amount of respect while hating me to death. Okay, that they could possibly ever show probably any other fucking person on planet Earth, because of what I was born with, and knowing that this planet is a fucked up planet. You want to know something? It's like, if you think that I'm doing this for fucking clout or the just fucking, no, it's I don't want to see. That's why it also, that's why, and then I forgot to mention this, because that's why I didn't post the other videos, because I was trying to figure out. And then that's what leads to the fucking log. Because the log is keeping people's mouths shut about that situation that I just explained. Because people thought that you know what, oh wow, you know, because this shit gets way insane. There's a reason why when Snowden came across those WikiLeaks files, and I don't even know why they were in files, to tell you the truth, on the fucking, when WikiLeaks